fucking guarantee you. I want to break the myth in this video that you need to go make $1 million and that you need money to make money. 5 has crossed 10 million. This advice is only for somebody who wants to make more money.
Alex Hormozi really doesn't need any introduction. He's perhaps the most well-known entrepreneur in the entire online space. He has a portfolio worth multiple $100 million and has a huge understanding of the business fundamentals. He recently did a video on dropshipping, so let's break down his thoughts, the learnings, and how you can improve your e-com store from it and implement it correctly.
Dream outcome is people actually have to want the thing that you're delivering to them, number one. Number two is that when they buy, they will buy based on the perceived likelihood that they're actually going to get that thing. So it's like a lot of people may want to get rich, but they will buy the one that they think that has the highest likelihood of actually them getting there.
Right, even though this is a short statement from Alex, there's a lot to dive into here. His first point is people buy based on a dream outcome. And this can be anything. It can be looking better, sleeping better, being more healthy, having a better interior, etc. The first thing you should notice here is that all of the above, and in general any dream outcome, is about improvement. So that means you need to be extremely good at telling and showing your customers why your product will help them get an improvement in their life. This is another strong point why you always, and I mean always, need to talk to people's emotions in e-commerce. Let's pretend your product is a pillow like the one Purple sells. Typical e-com beginners might do the mistake on their side and write an amazing purple pillow made with high quality purple foam. But this doesn't do shit to the customer. Why would the customer ever be interested in what quality your pillow is made with if they're not sure why it will help them improve their life and get closer to their dream outcome, which in this scenario would be better sleep? Instead, you should write, "Say goodbye to sleepless nights and neck pain with the purple pillow." This is directly helping people to understand why they need your product. The next point he has is about the perceived likelihood of achievement, which basically is where the customer asks themselves, how likely is it that this product will help me get to my dream outcome? And the main way to judge that is to look at the authority and the trust that your site has, and a lot can go into this. Here's a few concrete examples. High quality pictures, especially for clothing, because here your dream outcome is to look better. In general, it helps the customer trust that your product will look good on them. Or with the pillow, high quality pictures will convey a more professional look, and maybe it can even show a better look into the fabrics or the material of your pillow, which once again increases authority and thereby the perceived likelihood of achievement. Another crucial way you can increase the perceived likelihood of achievement is of course reviews. Being able to showcase previous happy customers, preferably with images, helps show genuine other people who got that dream outcome your customer might be searching for.
The next one is time delay. Amazon has been the pioneer of Prime, of 2-day shipping, 1-day shipping, 1-hour shipping, right? And they continue to try and drive this down because they know that the faster they can get people to things they want, the more that they will value it and like it and repeat buying on the platform, right? And so this should be a no-brainer. This absolutely applies to e-commerce.
This one is very obvious, but still someone in the online space needs to say this because everyone online is going crazy about dropshipping. And honestly, it doesn't make sense if you want to be the most profitable or get the most possible revenue or happy customers. Because with dropshipping, you'll have a serious time delay. This will put your customer service under pressure and decrease the amount of orders you have. And it's very simple, right? If you had two of the exact same stores to pick from, one had 1 to 3 day shipping, but the other one had 3 to 10 day shipping, which one would you pick? 99% of people would pick the one with the faster shipping. And this is just another reason why I always prefer building real brands that use a warehouse or a 3PL where the time delay becomes as small as possible.
So let's say I wanted to buy a jacket. My dream outcome might be that I look good in this jacket. That could be an outcome. It could be that it's very warm. Ideally, maybe it's both of those things, right? And I might even want a jacket that looks good and that isn't warm because I just want to wear it because I think it looks good, but I don't want to get hot, right? So it depends on what my dream outcome is, right? So you're going to have different messaging for different avatars depending on the product itself and what problem it solves.
So your takeaway from this should be that in your marketing, you need to talk to multiple avatars. And really, when I say avatar, instead you should just think of it as different marketing angles. If both men and women buy your product, why do you then only have UGC with women? Then you should obviously also have it with men. You should have it with people in the different age groups even. Taking the example with our purple pillow once again, in some ads you should definitely focus on neck pain, but you shouldn't do that in all of your ads. Maybe in some of your ads instead you need to focus on whether the person feels too hot or too cold when you sleep and present your pillow as the solution. The best possible example I can give you in ecom for any product here is for this store right here, Nomisk. The guy running the brand believed a lot in the product and he had tried to target a bunch of different angles for women, but none of them worked. Then in the end, finally he changed his entire angle, and instead of advertising this product to women, he started advertising this to males as the perfect gift for their girlfriends or wives. By the way, the guy I mentioned here did $15 million with that one product and angle.
Finally, of these 4 variables, we have effort and sacrifice. And so the purchasing decision here, Amazon has one-click purchases with everything on file saved, so you can make a purchasing decision in a split second, right? And so that's why the rise of products like Bolt and Shop Pay are all things that have decreased the effort and sacrifice. And a lot of e-commerce stores have been able to use this to their advantage and make more sales.
This should be very obvious to most of you, but for some reason it isn't for most beginners, so here we go. Reduce all buying friction. What this means is that every single obstacle that your site creates to make the customer buy should be removed. Here's a few examples of reducing friction, and by the way, these are facts tested on large brands, not just something I make up. Having a button in your cart that requires customers to accept terms and conditions. It adds another click, it adds friction, and it reduces your conversion rate. Having a chat icon above your add to cart button. People can misclick it. Having too many steps in your checkout. All of this increases friction, it adds more steps for the customer to do, and thereby lowers your sales.
Let's look at Amazon, for example. What do they have under virtually every single item? How many they have left in stock is their way of showing scarcity. Only 2 left, only 6 left, only 17 left. And then they have it by size, right? So that they can show scarcity at every single level. What does that do? It drives conversions. People want to buy.
If you've done all of the above and you're still not getting sales, most likely you should move on to a new product. But I did work one-on-one with a client that was consistently doing $15,000 monthly and he couldn't scale. He had a solid product, he had okay content, but couldn't get a solid ROAS. All I helped him to do was to add scarcity. He had no real good argument for why customers should buy his product now and not tomorrow. And we did this with both doing a sale, but also adding a few left in stock on his product page. He implemented it in a few ads as well. 2.5 months after we started working together, he was consistently doing plus 80,000 euros every single month due to implementing urgency.
What they did now is try before you buy, right? So they have 7-day layaway. So you can buy the thing and they charge you 7 days later. You can literally try the thing on and not even have to get billed on the card, right? Why'd they do that? It's a version of a guarantee. Why? Because what we're doing is we're decreasing the risk of someone purchasing.
This is especially important if you're just starting out. Adding solid guarantees like try risk-free for 30 days, especially if your product is new on the market, will increase your sales by a lot. This is something we did on my brand Fine Smile, an electric toothbrush that did $5 million in sales, and it helped us tremendously in the beginning.
Now, bonuses. All right, some of these ones will include bonuses like the training that I said for Levi's, like little videos on how you can, tips and tricks on how you can use this thing, right? If you have a widget that's like at-home health kitchen stuff, having videos on how they can actually use the thing in better ways is huge. If you have a supplement business, for example, telling people how to take the products and the best things to combine it with and what time of day and how they can make sure they don't forget it and blah, blah, blah. Those are all things that can be bonuses, that can be perceived benefits of doing the thing.
This is another one of those things that seem obvious, but yet so many ecom beginners are far too lazy, unfortunately. Adding bonuses or something extra for your consumers increase satisfaction and the likelihood of buying your product again. So, if your product needs an explanation when using it, send a free video guide of an introduction of it on your email flow. With all of the above, hopefully you now realize that ecom is really about the fundamentals in sales, selling the dream outcome, conveying the messages in the best possible way, and giving your customers reasons to pick your brand over the competitors. If you enjoyed this video and got some concrete steps on how to improve your ecom brand, go ahead and watch the one in the description, which explains in depth how you can take your meta ads to a whole different level.